So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So the 10th anniversary hype season has officially begun with the teaser video we got, which said absolutely nothing. Main news from that is the fact that we're going to get some more news about Anni on April 18th. I presume it's going to be the official unveiling of the big version update, which was also part of the video. But we knew that was coming. It always comes in April. And we know one part of that update will be the full release of the co-op mode. But will surely be more than that. So for this Anni, I think it's time to officially throw in my vote into the basket, like what I think will happen for this 10th anniversary. And this 10th anniversary has been talked about since I started the game a couple of years ago. And by that time, everybody were talking about two things, at least where I was hanging out in like the subreddit Discord. And one thing people were predicting for the 10th Anni back then was the release of a 7-star legend. I haven't seen anyone talk about it now. It does feel a bit silly. Nothing I'm expecting. I don't think it will be well appreciated either. Another thing people predicted will happen for the 10th anniversary is the release of the first Roger legend, which of course made a lot of sense back then, but of course that ship has sailed a long time ago. But yeah, the way I see it, the 10th Anni in terms of units can go two different directions. And the thing is that these predictions are pretty boring, I'd say. I watched a video by Snowman, the biggest JP YouTuber, and his thoughts were basically the same as me. But yeah, what can you do? So yeah, the first outcome that I see is that, like, if we go back the last couple of Annis, like, it has been one Anni year after year. I obviously don't think it will happen this time. But if this was just a normal Anni, like any other year, I think most people will be pretty sure that the 10th Anni Sugo will be based around Egghead. And we've already got quite a few Egghead units, just showing some of them here. And we're going to get more. We're getting a treasure map batch with that. Might be getting it for Kizuna. Going to be a PvP Sugo Fest ahead of the anniversary as well. Probably getting another one of those copies, whatever we call them, the S units. As a PvP legend, I presume that seems to be the route they're going. So one is definitely possible. Like, if you're thinking about what's going on in one right now, like, there's only two units that are like self-written if they go that route. First, some kind of Luffy, since we get a new Luffy every single anniversary. Nothing you can do about that. And one thing I'm happy that I don't think will happen now, because we're getting 6+ Bonnie very soon. I doubt we're getting something like a Luffy Bonnie duo unit or something like that. That will be pretty boring in my opinion. So probably some solo Luffy in that case, with Gear 5 of course, because that's what sells. Apart from that, like, I presume Vegapunk, the OG one, will get a legend and maybe try and gather all of the different Stellas under him. Like, Lilith works very well with Atlas. They just need something to bring them together. And then we have, is he called Chaka, can get a unit too around that. So can probably become a pretty good batch that. Not sure if people are that hyped for Vegapunk, but another unit that keeps popping up as well, of course, is Lucci, since he's been the main antagonist of Wano so far. Not Wano, of course, Egghead so far. And he hasn't really got a unit outside of this free-to-play CP0, so I'm a bit split on that. Like, I can see us getting a Wii for Lucci for the end of month Sugo Fest before the anniversary, or he could be part of part 1. The most hilarious 10th Anni legend, in my opinion, will be a Luffy versus Lucci legend. That will be insane. Imagine traveling back 5 years and saying that, hey, we're going to get a Lucci legend for 10th anniversary. People will be like, yeah, get GTFO, basically. Yeah, that will be ridiculous. Before moving on to my next prediction, let me just explain the upcoming schedule a bit, because we're in the treasure map week now, starts tomorrow. The week after this, we're having Kisna like normal, going to be a normal Kisna. Week after that, you could say the anniversary starts for real with the pre-Anni Sugo Fest, and we will be getting a Pirate King Adventures for that. And the week after that, on the Sunday, the Anni is going to start. And while the Anni starts, we actually have the PvP finals, which is pretty funny, but it is what it is. And yeah, then the week after, it should be a blitz for Anni. That's basically always the case. And week after that, we move back to treasure map. So that's basically how the coming month is looking. My final prediction is a bit of a 10th Anni special celebration, which should be the main prediction, I'd say. It's just that Band have been so incredibly boring in terms of batches, so you don't really dare believe they'll do something special. And like, even if they do something special, will really feel special. Like, a perfect 10th Anni unit in one way will have been like a Straw Hat Pirates legend, but they've already done that twice. Nobody cares anymore. So yeah, don't really see them doing that. So my idea is more basically revisiting classics is my idea. So I just picked 3 random old legends that I think will be cool to get a very OP upgrade. Well, Usopp is not a legend, but he's one of the most influential OPTC units of all time. So with Usopp, it's more like try and make a really, really OP Super Sugo Fest Usopp based around the lay. I think that will be really appreciated by a lot of people. Brook, yeah, I figured I'd add another one, not just having Usopp and Luffy. But I think Weon Brook is also very iconic, and imagine a modern unit with his specific skill set with revive and everything would be super cool. And yeah, would be really cool to have a new version of the gear system Luffy, like imagine gears going up to gear 5. Probably a super convoluted legend if it happens, but yeah, for that I think most people wouldn't mind, I'd say. Of course, there's other cool units who could get their first legend. I think the main one would be something like Crocodile. No, not Crocodile, I mean Dragon, of course. But like, Dragon will also be a bit random, I feel like, at this very moment. But yeah, just throwing it out there. And yeah, that's my predictions for Anni right now. Let me know your predictions down in the comments. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.